Shalom, this your boy Raya Allah coming at you with another lesson. But first and foremost, we definitely want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father and the Lashawan Kodash. We're going to start off by saying, Call, Halayim, La, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Ha, Rakah, Kodash, Ma'amaf. Definitely want to give double honors to the apostles of GMS and their elders. Definitely want to give honors to my elders, Zaquan, Aharwan, Ban Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. Shalom to the sincere Akim and Akwafim that believe in sincerity and in truth. Shalom. Today's title, today's lesson is going to be titled Babylon 2.0, right? It's getting ready for war. All right, this article I got pulled up here says U.S. launches ICBM from California amid China and North Korea tensions. The United States Air Force and Space Force launched an unarmed Minuteman III intercontinental ballistic missile ICBM test on Wednesday from Vandenberg Space Force Base in California. The test launch comes amid rising global nuclear tensions. Right, the purpose of the ICBM test launch program is to validate and verify the safety, security, effectiveness, and readiness. Right, that's the key. Right, effectiveness and readiness of the weapon system. A statement from Vandenberg Space Force Base read. Right, so we know in the prophecies, through the prophecies, right, that the Lord has a indignation against all these nations. Right, and in fact, let's go right to it. It says this Isaiah 34:4. It says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, all that there is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord Yahweh is upon all nations." Right, not just some nations, all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Right, and this is the prophecy that's going to come to pass, man. He is delivering them to the slaughter. These ICBMs. That this is the whole reason why America, right, Babylon 2.0, right, this revised Roman Empire is testing their ICBMs, right, to see how effective they are, to see how ready they are for this war that's coming, man. That this judgment that's going to be poured on their heads, man. Right? It says, "For the indignation of the Lord Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. They slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood." Right, man. The most high Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, is gonna wax the mountains with their blood, man. It's gonna be dead carcasses stanking up everything, man. Right, either from the famine, right, the martial law, right, or it could be one of them missiles, right. It's gonna be a lot of destruction, a lot of people, you know, catching a major, you know, ass whooping. Right? I wasn't trying to cuss, but it says, "Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses." Man, they're gonna be stinking. Right? It says, "And the mountains shall be melted with their blood, and all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll." Right. Show you the picture of it. Right. That's the all the heavens shall be rolled together like a scroll. Right. It's not a great picture, but it's talking about them once them ICBM missiles hit, it's gonna, that mushroom cloud that's gonna go up and like spread, that it's gonna look like a rolled up scroll. Right. It says, "And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together," right, "as a scroll." It says, "And all the hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree." Right. It pretty much basically saying it's gonna be pretty much utterly destroyed. Right. Utterly destroyed, man. It's gonna look, these ICBMs, that's gonna be coming out, falling like figs falling from a fig tree, right? Like a great wind hit a fig tree, right? It's gonna look like a bunch of figs falling out the sky, a bunch of ICBMs coming down to destroy and cast judgment, right, upon the people. Thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Right. This is his indignation, because this is his fear that he's going to put upon all these nations. Man, verse 5. It says, "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment." Right, and that's the whole point. This is his judgment that he's casting down, right, on the people that he cursed, right, 2/3, right, in these other nations, and upon Idumea, Esau, Edom, the Caucasian race, right, who is in control over the world, right? The world was given into the hands of the wicked, right? We were just speaking of those mighty winds, right? Them ICBMs, right? This is Revelation 6:12, and it says, "And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and moon became as blood, and the stars of heaven fell into the earth, even as fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind." Right, and that's talking about them ICBMs again, right? This is John the Revelator, um, talking about the sixth seal that was being opened, right? And the stars of heaven that fell into earth, man. That's them false idols, man. All them people who rock with Balenciaga, right? These Baal worshippers, right? These Hindu worshippers, right? The Buddhist worshippers, all of them, man. All of it got to go, right? That's what it means. And all the stars of heaven fell into the earth, even as the fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind, man. And that mighty wind is them ICBMs, man. Right. That's really a twofold scripture right there, verse 13. Right. That's the ICBMs, and that's the false idols being done away with as well, man. Right. Verse 14 says, "And the heavens departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their place," man. Right. That's them ICBMs hitting in that mushroom cloud, right? And that ICBM pushing, basically moving mountains, right? Flattening lands, flattening mountains. You know what I'm saying? Like taking out hills and mountains and tree and forests. You feel me? It's like that's that mighty wind, man, and that's the mushroom cloud. That's that scroll when it's rolled together, right? And it says, "And the kings of the earth," right? All these high authority, people that's in high authorities, right? These government officials, right? These banking families, right? Like the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, right? That's what that's all them high ranking officials, right? And the kings are like presidents, right? The commanders, the commissioners, uh, commander and commissioner, right? It says, "And the heaven departed as a scroll when it was rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their place, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, right, and the rich men, right, and the chief captains, right, and the mighty men, right, them armies, right, them powerful, like the Air Force and Space Force." Right. It says, "And every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains," man. There ain't no hiding from these ICBMs, man. Because, if you think you're going to get away from the ICBMs, man, you ain't getting away from the Lamb, man. You ain't getting away from Yahweh Shah, man. Right? That's why they build them bunkers now, man. Them high ranking officials, right, and them banking families, right, and them highly paid celebrities, you know, them rich men, right, and them chief captains and the mighty men and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, man. Right, they trying to run to them bunkers. Right, it says and said the mountain and rocks and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. And who's the Lamb? That's Yahweh Shai, who sitteth on the throne, who sits on the right hand on the right hand of the Father. Right, that's Yahweh Shai. It says, hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. Oh, Salaki, that's Yahweh, right? That they're talking about. Hide him from the wrath of Yahweh and from the wrath of Yahweh Shai, because Yahweh Shai is going to be coming in them chariots, man. But it's, it's Yahweh's judgment, man. It's his will, and it's his indignation that he has on these nations. It says, for the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? Right, the only ones that's going to be able to stand, man, during this great day of his wrath, right, of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh's wrath is going to be the elect, man. That's the only ones that's going to be able to stand in them times, man. Right, 2/3 of the whole elect is going to be destroyed, and then you have the hopeful elect that's gonna be beamed up into those chariots, man. Them the only ones that's gonna be able to stand. All right. Back to the article. Man, you saw the snatch my little article, man. I can't even find it. But anyway, this Matthew 24:3. It says, and he sat upon the Mount of Olives. The disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? Right. And as today we look around, right, we see the signs being coming to pass, man, or being manifested. Right. We see just like the article I just had pulled up, America, the mother of harlots is getting ready for this upcoming judgment, man. They know their time is up. Right, so they're right now practicing with their ICBMs, right, to see how effective they're going to be against these brick nations, man. But utterly, man, America is going to be destroyed, man. It's going to become that lake of fire, man. Thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, right? But the disciples wanted to know when this was coming, man, when this time was going to come. And Yahweh Shai said, verse 4, it says, and Yahweh Shai answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, right? Keep your head on the swivel, man. Don't just ultimately just believe any doctrine that you come across, man, and don't try to believe until you make up your own doctrine, man. You gotta get into the truth and read and learn the truth of the scriptures, man. Learn the truth of Yahweh while Yahweh Shai, right? Verse 5, it says, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, right? It says, and shall deceive many. All right, we see that has already been happening, man. That's happening in Jerusalem right now. That's happened here in America in a few states. That's happening in Africa one time, right? Right, but they are constantly deceiving many, man. Right, you have to know who Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is, man. You will know that he hasn't came back yet, man. But he definitely is on the way, right? In verse 6, it says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, right? And you see that being manifested, right? All across the world. China, Taiwan, right? North Korea, South Korea, right? Russia, Ukraine, right? Iran, with I can't even think who I can't even think who they're going against right now. But anyway, they're at war as well, right? And America got their hand in every single pot, man. It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumor of wars. See that ye be not troubled, right? The elect is not going to be troubled during these times, man, because we know the prophecies. We know Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man, right? Because he gave us the instructions, man. He gave us he broke the seals, man, right? For us to be able to receive this wisdom, knowledge and understanding, man. Call Halam La Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Right? It says, um, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, right? These governments, right? These major powerhouses, right? And kingdom versus kingdom, man, right? Well, nation versus nation really goes into like countries, right? These Russia and China going against America, the BRICS going against America, right? And which eventually NATO and the EU will end up turning their backs against America. Right, Revelation 17:16, right? And the kingdom versus kingdom, man. That's these governments versus governments, man. Right? These which really are, America's is, and a lot of other countries are ran by families, man, right? These major wealthy families that own the banks, man. Really, what them the ones who really own the countries, right? Because they have all the control. It says, um, and there shall be famines, right? In which we see, that's gonna be famine of the bread and famine of the word, man, right? And we see that happening today, right? As the prices of everything has gone up, right? When they giving us, little in return, right? Like when you go to the grocery store, you might try to buy, a watermelon, right? Or go in there try to buy a bag of oranges or something, man. You getting less oranges for one, and you paying double the price, almost triple the price. Right, that inflation, man, that's part of famine as well, right? And the pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places, man. We seen that happen, man. Earthquakes in Ukraine, man. Pestilence all around the world, man. Pestilence can go into a lot of things, man. Like the locust that was tearing up everything from in Texas and in Canada, right? And just pestilence, it can even go into like wildfires, man. Right, that's a pestilence, man. To the people and to the wildlife. Right, it says, all these are the beginning of sorrows. Right, man. And I'm gonna end it there, man. But I hope this lesson was edifying. Right, we see America, Babylon 2.0, right, getting ready for this judgment to come. Come across their heads, man, right? For the Lord's indignation, man, against all these nations, man. Right. So all these nations are getting ready. That's America's not the only one that's been testing their ICBMs out, right? So y'all. I hope this lesson was edifying. Yahweh Ratazah, Bahashim Yahushua, as this lesson be edifying. Ahabata, DTA, Shalom.